What's up, everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for the MLS on Saturday, July 6th. Well, guys, as usual, we do have games in the MLS on Saturday. Not as many as we're used to seeing, like 13 or 14. We have 8 games on the schedule, with another 6 games being scheduled for Sunday. Now, every single game kicks off at 7:30 p.m. and later than that. We have one game at 8:30, one game at 9:30, and we have a matchup on the West Coast at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, in addition to these MLS free picks, you can also find free picks for Copa America and the Euro Cup quarterfinals on Saturday as well. They are up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel, so feel free to check it out, guys. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button, and of course, feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos. For my best bets, you can click the link in the description of this video. That will get you up to my page on the Pick Dawgz website where you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you like. And of course, we have that Golden Boot VIP access for our high roller bettors who like to bet $500 and above that on a single bet, who have a little bit of a bigger bankroll on their sports books. And those are usually the people who are willing to wait for a pick to an hour, half an hour before the game time. And that's when I give out my top bets for the day. And that's where we make a lot of money, guys. These are the bets that I usually bet myself a lot of money on. So if you recognize yourself in this, simply text the word gold to 443-780-5663 and we'll get you set up with that. Now, have in mind, this is not a free service, guys. This is not a promotion or anything like that. It is a paid service and it lasts a month. And for that duration, you get my top bets. Now, let's get the show on the road, guys, in the MLS. The first game we have is the Canadian Derby between Montreal and Vancouver. And I'm not gonna take a long time to talk about this game. We have two teams on a bit of an opposite sides of form right now. Vancouver on a two-game winning streak. Montreal coming off of another loss while winning only one of their last 5 games. And because of that, I'm gonna take a bit of a gamble here. I'm gonna take Vancouver on the money line at plus 145. They are slight favorites for a reason. They are scoring a lot of goals right now. They have scored, I believe, seven. Yeah, 7 goals in their last 2 games. However, they've conceded 4 goals in those 2 games, while conceding 9 goals in their last 4 games. And as a matter of fact, they haven't kept a clean sheet in a long time. And I don't think that they can do it here. So there might be some more value in taking Vancouver to win and both teams to score. But since the price is plus 145, I'm simply going to stick to the money line. Columbus will be hosting Toronto in the next matchup in the MLS, guys. And one thing is clear, we cannot rely on Toronto to keep a clean sheet. Their defense is absolutely horrible right now. They are missing 5 or 6 players, and few of those would definitely be in the starting lineup if they were ready to play. Uh, while in the attacking end, they can definitely score goals. They are creating chances. They scored a goal in their last game, which was against Orlando. Even though they ended up losing 2-1, they still had a decent game in that attacking end, and they have scored at least a goal in 5 of their last 6 games. Columbus on the other side is now on a 3-game winning streak during which they've scored 11 goals while conceding only one. Now, defensively, that's very good from Columbus. Attacking it, even more impressive than that. But I see goals in this one, guys. I see goals on both sides. I think Toronto is due for a nice performance. I don't think it's necessarily going to come here against Columbus, but I think they can score a goal. And with that in mind, I'm taking both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at minus 108. Cincinnati will be hosting Inter Miami in the next matchup, and here we have two teams in an outstanding form. Inter Miami, even without Messi and a few other players, are beating everyone they come across. They are now at the top of the MLS table with 47 points. Cincinnati has a game in hand, and they are in second place with 45 points, and they are also coming off of a nice win. It was against DC United 3-2 on the road, and that was their fourth win in their last 5 games. Now, Inter Miami, like I said, on a 4-game winning streak right now. They scored 2 goals in each of their last 4 games while scoring um, 11 goals in their last 5 games, but they've also conceded at least a goal in each of their last 7 games in a row. So defense is a bit of a problem for them. And even though I could potentially see them winning this game, I decided to go with goals instead. And both teams to score in over 2.5 is priced at minus 125. Orlando and DC United is another matchup we have in the MLS. And like I said, Orlando has just beaten Toronto on the road. So that definitely has them confident enough that they could potentially get a win out of this game as well. Now, DC United is getting Christian Benteke back for this game, but they still have like 6 injured players, and their depth is a big problem. Fortunately for them, Orlando also has a few injured players, and defensively, they haven't been playing that well as of late, as they have conceded at least a goal in each of their last, what, 8 or 9 games or so. So, once again, I do like goals rather than the sides in this game. And I'm going to stick to over 2.5 at minus 167 because if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if DC United got shut out in this game, or Orlando for that matter as well. For our next pick, guys, we are going to go to Philadelphia, where Philadelphia is hosting Red Bulls. And I'm going to keep this one very, very simple as well. I think that New York Red Bulls are by far the better team here in a much, much better form. While Philadelphia is on a 5 game losing streak, they're having a horrible, horrible, horrible season, but they're scoring a high amount of goals. 36 scored goals in 21 games. And sadly, that was enough only for 20 points and the 26th place in the MLS. Now, as far as the East Coast go, they still have a decent chance of getting to the playoffs. They're only 6 points away from the playoff spot right now, and there's still a lot of games left to play. So there's plenty of time for them to turn the season around. But I don't think necessarily it's going to come against Red Bulls, who are having an outstanding season. So in this game, I'm going to take over 2.5 goals at minus 143. Simply because I'm trying to remove the volatility out of this pick, but honestly, I think that both teams to score is more likely to hit than not. Austin will be hosting another New York team, and this is New York City FC. Uh, in this game, I will side with NYC a little bit. I think that they are a solid team. I think they are in a better form right now. While Austin, on the other side, has been all over the place this season, and their form is not that great right now. So, for my pick here in this game, guys, I'm taking New York City team total over 1.5 goals at plus 105. I think, however, this game ends up, I think that New York City will score at least a couple of goals. That's how bad Austin is defensively at the moment. Now, in the next game, guys, we have Salt Lake playing against Atlanta, and I think this one could potentially be very interesting. Salt Lake, one of the top teams in the league, very, very consistent, while Atlanta on the road is not scoring a lot of goals at all. They have scored only 8 goals in those 11 or 12 games, and they're now facing one of the best and most consistent teams in the league, especially defensively. And when playing at home. So for my pick in this game, I'm taking Salt Lake to win and over 1.5 goals at minus 133. And for the last pick of this video, guys, we have Seattle hosting New England on the West Coast. And we have two teams that are actually playing quite well right now, especially Seattle, who's undefeated in their last 4 games. Well, New York Red Bulls lost only one of their last five, and they're coming off of a nice win at home, which was earlier this week against Atlanta 2-1. Now, I think this is going to be the game where we see a bunch of goals. We have seen over 2.5 in 6 of the last 7 games between these two teams. And I definitely see both teams scoring in this one. So I'm gonna go with Seattle to win it over 2.5 at plus 180 simply because they're the home team. But honestly, even Seattle winning both teams to score at a deep plus money, I think that also might be the way to go. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. These were the free picks for the MLS on Saturday. I might post a parlay in the comments, like a 3 leg or 4 leg parlay or something like that. So keep an eye on that, guys. Keep an eye on the rest of the free picks. Have a great night. Enjoy some great soccer, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.